Okay, we're recording. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the April 2021 edition of Around the Space Coast in 60-ish minutes. We have a lot of segment sponsors today, which is wonderful. We're excited to hear from them, but we might go slightly over, so thank you for joining us. For those of you that are lucky enough to be here live, and I'm still admitting some of you, congratulations, because you are eligible to win our over $500 worth of prizes we have here today at this event. So that is fantastic. But welcome. I appreciate those of you that have been before coming back. We have a really special topic this month. This is our Spirit of Volunteerism Edition. And we have numerous nonprofits in the Chamber, and spoiler alert, the Chamber is a nonprofit. We have a 501c6 organization. We also have a C3 under the same roof. So we have a huge heart for our nonprofit community, and we all operate because we have stellar volunteers. We have small staffs that are overworked and they wear many hats, and so we can't do what we do and carry out our missions without volunteers. So that's what today is about, is to bring some attention and awareness to everybody. And so with that, I'm going to share our PowerPoint and get started and welcome our segment sponsors. This event, like I said, was the brainchild of our board of directors in a way that we were able to bring some promotion to our partners in a year like 2020, and now we've carried it over to 2021. So welcome to the event. We couldn't do this without our series sponsors, FPL and Ski Sun Care and Ski Sanitizer, so thank you very much. FPL was an early supporter of this event and certainly very helpful to us as we got it off the ground and running. And with us today, and he's on the move, so very briefly, Bart Getchins is going to say hello to us, and then we're going to play his video. Hello, Bart.
Hello, Jen, and hello, everyone. I'm coming back from the city of Sebastian, so I stopped safely at a rest stop so I could join you today. But Jen, I wanted to thank you and your staff again, your excellent staff, for all that you do for not only the membership, but for the community. You know, when we talk about the spirit of volunteering and giving back to the community, that's a core value at FPL. We always like to say what's good for the community is good for FPL and vice versa. We do a lot of sponsorships. I hope you see our name or our logo on a lot of events throughout our community. And that is from stakeholder money. I often get asked, well, as a ratepayer, am I paying for that? No, that comes from our shareholders. So that is money from them. Just like the advertisements you see, that is shareholder money. Also, we do a lot in the community besides just sponsorships and giving back on serving the boards. And we also have what we call a power to care. And we're doing that this week. Because of COVID, we had to do it virtually. So you might see people wearing a green FPL shirt that says power to care, and they're picking up garbage. They're reading the kids in schools. They're writing our military people letters. So just one way that we give, one of the many ways we give back to our communities. Because again, we want to make Brevard County and Florida a better place to work and live for everyone. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about, you know, we're approaching that time of year that might be fun for a lot of people, but not if you work for Florida Power and Light, because you're worried and constantly being prepared for hurricanes. And I want you guys to be prepared for hurricanes too, because my biggest fear is that everybody waits till the last minute and then they go to Publix or Walmart, and you know, you're fighting over the last can of cream corn or something like that, you know, and battling it out. You don't want to be doing that. So start thinking now about trying to stockpile some things that could benefit you during storm season, such as batteries, tape, water, things that aren't going to go bad that you can use later, especially medicine, and also gasoline. So I urge you to start preparing now. And also we have an app that will help you understand how many people are out, when you should be expecting to have your power restored. I'm hoping that it's not going to happen, but I think we all need to be prepared, because as we've seen, you know, when you least expect it, that's when you get hit by it. So I want to thank everybody. It's a pleasure joining you. It's great. We get a lot of value out of sponsoring this event. So God bless all of you, and God bless the Cocoa Beach Chamber. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you, Bart. We really, really appreciate your support. And I'm going to play a quick video from FPL now.
There is always a better way, and we will always chase after it. We're building a cleaner energy future with millions of solar panels generating clean energy from our Florida sun. We have the world's largest battery storage facility. Soon, solar energy will never sleep. We've made the grid smarter and stronger, putting more of our neighborhood lines underground. And we're finding new ways to locate damage even while we're still experiencing the storm's effects. Because we see restoration happening faster and sooner. We're investing in energy that's not just the most reliable or the cleanest, but also the most affordable, with bills among the lowest in the nation. Because as we see it, the horizon is always moving, and to chase it is to deliver America's best energy value for you and for Florida.
All right, thank you so much. And now moving on to Sea and Ski Sun Care and Sea and Ski Sanitizer, my favorite tongue twister to say. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen because they're actually going to take control now of their own destiny in IT. And so I'd like to welcome Jessica and the team over there. How are you today?
Hey, thanks, guys. You actually get a break from me today. So I'm actually going to introduce you to Lindsay, and she's going to take you through what's been going on around here for the past month and all the fun stuff we've been up to. So come on over, Lindsay. Yeah, thank you. Hello, I am Lindsay. I have been lucky enough to be a part of this company now for, just over 6 months. So it's been a short time, but I already really feel like I've been blending into the family. It's very communal here. And something that has been adding on a lot to that feeling is the volunteerism that we've been able to get more into now as we've been getting comfortable in our new facility. So since the last time that we were on here with you guys, we were able to join a volunteer event, and it was down in Satellite Beach at Pelican Beach. We joined in with Keep Brevard Beautiful, and it was a chamber. And it was really, really beneficial, really rewarding. It's not the only beach cleanup that I have ever done personally. It was my first beach cleanup in Pelican Beach. It's actually surprisingly very clean, especially since the team just dashed way ahead and jumped on some of the trash while I was searching in the dunes and whatnot. So we have just a little video kind of looping here. I hope that you guys can see it of that day. It was a gorgeous day, and it's really a good time of year to get out and start to do something good like beach cleanups, park cleanups, and things of that nature. So it was hard for us while we were in our huge move from our old facility into this new one to be a part of a lot of events like this, like we had been doing in the past, but we're very, very excited to be getting back into events like this. We're looking for more events like this and actually hosting some of our own in the near future as well. We've got some of our team there getting started on the day. Go pick up some stuff, little victory reach. But like I said, not a whole lot of trash, so that was really good. We're looking at hitting Playa Linda Beach in the future, and some other locations. And if we're going to be planning any of those events, we'll definitely be shouting it out on our social media. So you can follow us there to join us at our Sea and Ski Sun Care on Facebook and even Instagram. And you can see a lot of people have our Sea and Ski Sun Care drawstring bags, and those were filled with sanitizer, various sunscreen products that we just gave out to the community that was joining in for this event. And it was a whole lot of fun. We only spent a couple of hours, and that's all that was really needed. And it was able to make a big difference. So I guess that's pretty much what we've been up to and planning on looking forward to doing more of in the future as far as volunteerism and being a part of the community. And hopefully we'll be able to see some of you guys out there to join us in future events, and keep a lookout for what we'll be planning on doing. So.
Awesome, thanks, Lindsay. Appreciate your help and participation. And we do a lot of donations all the time, guys, especially for things like golf tournaments, We actually just gave a gallon of sanitizer to every single school in Brevard County. So super happy to be able to help out. I know they were in need, really struggling to get product here we're way past a year into this and still there's a need out there. So we do what we can to get out there and help everybody. So if y'all need something, please reach out and let us know.
And we're looking also into always reaching out to our community. Like we have here, we were really honored by having a visit from the Fire Chief Association to give us this award and some donations that we were able to give out to them. So any way that we can reach out into our community and be a part of helping the community take care of their skin, take care of their health, be aware of the things that you can do, and be aware of the things that you can do to volunteer and reach out and be a part of things is what we're happily able to spend more time doing now that we're settling into our new facility. So
absolutely. So thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for coming out to our young professional group beach cleanup with the 321 millennials. It was so nice to have our sunscreen and sanitizer needs covered. So thank you very much for everything that you did. I'm going to get back into our PowerPoint now and introduce our host, who is Rob Himmler. He's the manager of marketing and communications for the Orlando Melbourne International Airport. He is wonderful and he's a part of our board of directors. So thank you for being here. And I think one of your first orders of business is to announce the winner of a giveaway, which we do every so often throughout this program. So welcome, Rob.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, that's one of the best parts is giveaways. So we did draw a random winner. And I'm a personal fan of Sea&Ski's products, I will say, being the sun seeker that I am. But they have a safety pack, a Sea&Ski family hand sanitizer safety pack, and it goes to Ellen Dorr. And you had to be present to win. I believe she's here.
Right here. Thank you very much.
Woo, congratulations. So I see a lot of familiar faces that have joined us in the past, a few new faces. So thank you for joining us. As Jen said, I'm with the airport and I have to do a shameless plug right before we get started. Air Show, the Blue Angels are coming back for the first time since 2015, which is Saturday, May 15th and Sunday, May 16th. But for more information or to get tickets, greatfloridaairshow.com. Check it out and we hope to see you out here at the airport. But there's more important business to talk about today. If there's any way to describe this event, I was so excited. And it's perfect for a Friday because it's a feel-good Friday. And what makes you feel better than volunteerism and nonprofits and finding out a way how you can help so many different organizations that do such incredible work for our community. So I'd like to kick it over. We have our addition sponsor for the day today is Children's Home Society. And I know that we have Ken Parks here from Children's Home Society. So I'm gonna kick it over to him. Thanks, Ken, for your sponsorship today.
You're very welcome, Rob. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Cocoa Beach Chamber of Commerce, for keeping a focus on our nonprofit world. As I look down the other nonprofits that are involved, I was a guardian ad litem in Colorado. Bridges, my uncle who has Down syndrome, who I grew up with, lives in one of their properties, and I cook for them once a month. You know, I haven't adopted a dog yet, but, you know, I had a bunch in Colorado and they were all rescues. So, so nice to see such great partners. Like FPL, we have a 3-letter name. It's CHS. It stands for Children's Home Society of Florida. And we have some really great things going on. We have a very simple mission. It's building bridges to success for children. And I love that mission statement. We've been doing our work since 1902, and we've changed a lot over the years. We've always been very active with legislative advancements for children, and that continues today across the state of Florida. And we're helping about 59,000 people each year. And what we like to say is we empower parents today. So we really have found over 120 years of doing this, that the real secret to getting it right is to actually keep the family from ever falling apart. So a lot of the work we do is with moms, with grandparents who are being mom, with whoever's being the parents, dads and moms, every combination you can imagine. And we find that then the child does much, much better if they stay with their family. And people will say, isn't that hard work? It's like, yes, it's incredibly hard work. But actually, if you don't do it, the work is harder and the success rates are very low. So as we let children fail, the cost to us as a community is huge. But if we help children to succeed, especially at the earliest age, the cost to our community becomes an actual return on investment. And if you ever want to talk about that, the numbers are enormous per person. So in Brevard County, I'll be real quick. There's three things that we do. One, targeted case management. And we like to say life-changing targeted case management. What's that mean? We meet the family. Usually starts with the child. Brevard Public Schools, for example, is a large referrer of ours, as well as other agencies, Medicaid and different sources. But we get to know the family and we solve their problems. And that's a long story, I won't go into it. And then we have two programs where we do an overlay of that philosophy. Endeavor Elementary, which is also a Brevard public school located in Cocoa. 7 years ago, it was the lowest performing, poorest school in the county. Today, it still remains one of the poorer schools, but it's not one of the lower performing because of the wraparound incredible model that we're doing with Brevard Public Schools, City of Cocoa, and leaders from all over Brevard County. And then we have Early Head Start, Brevard County Early Head Start. And we work all over the county with moms who are pregnant, many of them very young, and with them and with their child through the age of 3 years old. So those are the three things we do in the county. Right now, we're celebrating moms, and I wanted to finish by sending you a little video. It's the debut of this video, and starring, who I think will probably be the best actor, is Sheriff Wayne Ivey, and he's talking about our Celebrate Moms campaign. Before you click that button, that campaign kicked off about a week ago, thanks to the Highland Mint, Michael and Monica Cott, who you may know, very philanthropic, long-term benefactors of our organization. They gave us a lead donation in this campaign you're about to hear about. And in just over a week, we've raised $17,000, 55% of our $30,000 goal. And then our friend, the sheriff, just gave us this video yesterday. So you're like the first people to see it. So if we can show it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sheriff Wayne Ivey of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. And this year I'm celebrating my mom by joining the Children's Home Society of Florida's Mother's Day campaign. You know, as a kid growing up in Green Cove Springs, Florida, I was never worried about the sheriff because my mom was the chief law enforcement officer in my life, and she kept me and my two older brothers in line. My mom was the sheriff, the judge, and the executioner in our lives, and our dad, well, he was our backup and witness to what happened. In fact, my mom was so committed to keeping an eye on her children that she became a school bus driver so she could drive me to school each and every day of my life. In addition to being the chief law enforcement officer, my mom was also the person who taught us to be respectful, to be kind, to focus on our grades, and to hit our knees each night to ask God to keep watch over our family, our country, and our lives. In short, I owe my mom a huge thank you for all she did to help me become the man I am today. And I hope you will join me in making this Mother's Day special by celebrating moms across the state of Florida. For more information on how you can help moms celebrate their special day, please visit Children's Home Society Celebrate Moms and look for the Space Coast page.
That was awesome. I love that. I can relate with the chief law enforcement officer being your mother. Thank you, Ken, so much. Is there anything else you would like to end your segment on?
No, Rob, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for all the work that you do for the families here in Brevard. All right, so we have a giveaway, and we have selected a winner. This is a free oil change and filter service and $20 towards any repair to Inman Auto Services that's located in Merritt Island. And the winner that was drawn is Hunter Savage. Hunter, if you're here, hopefully you are. Congrats, and put in the chat that you're here. So congratulations. All right, so we have a few awesome segment sponsors today, and we're going to jump right into the first one, which is Aging Matters in Brevard. So please sit back and watch, and who's here with us is Josh. So Josh, are you there?
I am here, Rob. Thank you.
Over to you.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Jen and the Cocoa Beach Chamber, for allowing us to speak to you this morning. I have a few slides and a couple videos that show what Aging Matters does for the community, but it's not just staff. You can see on this first slide, we have over 600 volunteers alone that donate their time to deliver Meals on Wheels 5 days a week. And we need more. It's not a very large commitment. It's a couple hours a week. And I hope these slides may convince you to want to help out a few hours a week. So Jen, if you want to hit the first video.
Hi, my name is Josh Jensen. I'm President and CEO of Aging Matters in Brevard. Today we're in Cocoa at the Community Kitchen, where our dedicated staff and volunteers provide over 2,000 meals each and every day. As you may expect, demand has risen dramatically during this pandemic. We are providing over 50,000 meals per month, which is nearly double the amount as compared to before this emergency. COVID-19 has presented many challenges, one being that nearly 400 seniors who normally gather at one of our 12 neighborhood dining sites for a hot meal and social interaction are now unable to do so. To assure they continue to receive nutritious meals during these difficult times, they are now provided with supplies of boxed frozen meals. This is made possible by the United Way, L3 Harris, and many other generous contributions from the community. With their support, we were able to purchase 2 industrial blast chillers. These machines allow us to safely freeze the hot meals prepared here at the kitchen and get them to our senior at lunch clients.
One thing that hasn't changed is the commitment of our volunteers. They are hitting the streets 5 days a week, making sure that over 800 homebound seniors are getting warm, nutritious meals. This delivery is much more than a meal. It's a vital opportunity to check on the well-being of our seniors and a sought-after moment of human interaction for them. When we unite, we make sure that seniors like Anita get a hot, nutritious meal and a break from isolation. Now more than ever, our vulnerable seniors need our services.
All right, next slide, Jen. I believe this is a short video.
We have over 15 volunteers at the kitchen. Most of those are with our RSVP program. Now during the pandemic, they have not skipped a beat. We have, actually most of our volunteers are over 75 years old, and they have been with us the entire time. They refuse to quit, as do we.
So you can see the amount of meals we did last year, largely driven by volunteers. And this next video is a husband and wife that have been volunteering for us, and they're a treat.
Meals on Wheels.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Good. How are you this morning?
I'm doing
very well. Thank the good Lord. At least I'm alive. Yes, we
are. We are. All right. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Here you are.
I'm Joanne.
And I'm Jim.
And you guys volunteer for us on a regular basis at Aging Matters in Brevard, correct?
We do.
How often do you volunteer?
Once every 2 weeks. Doing this route.
This route. So once every 2 weeks, and we appreciate it. Volunteers are a big part of our success here at Aging Matters and getting the food delivered. So can you tell me why you volunteer?
Because we can. we are able to do this, and we are able to serve the community, and particularly the seniors that are typically not that much older than we are, and so we have that opportunity, and we're going to do it as long as we can.
That's awesome. And I think it's great that you guys volunteer as a couple. So it's kind of like a date day, right?
Sure. Oh, sure.
A date day. So what's it like when you go to the door and knock on the door of somebody that you're delivering a frozen meal to?
The clients really appreciate it. They almost always say thank you, and they're just friendly and glad to see it.
That's awesome. So, you know, what do you feel like we can do better here in Brevard County for delivering and getting food to our seniors?
Well, it's clear that there's a need, and I'm sure that there are limiting factors that prevent us from serving more people in the community, and obviously that would be the most important thing, is to be able to serve more people. And I guess, you know, I mean, how the logistics of doing that, whether it's the number of volunteers that can deliver, or the volunteers in the kitchen, or that sort of thing. So yeah.
Or the funding.
And the funding, of course, the funding.
Yeah, our biggest obstacles are funding and volunteers.
Yep.
We rely solely on our volunteers to deliver, and we have a waiting list, and that waiting list is because we don't have enough volunteers. So volunteers are very important. What's one thing you could say to the community about volunteering for Aging Matters in Brevard?
Well, for me, I went to Leadership Brevard with Bill Hoskinson, and he impressed on us what Meals on Wheels was all about and such, and that's just been a lasting thing for me. And I was looking forward to retire so that I could do this sort of thing.
Well, we appreciate your service and what you do, and we're going to be actually spending the day with you, seeing what you do once a week, correct? You guys volunteer?
Once every 2 weeks.
Once every 2 weeks.
Yep.
So we're excited that you're here, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And we have another we have another number of opportunities for other deliveries, and our friends at the Humane Society, we've partnered with them for a number of years to do Pets on Wheels, where one Saturday a month we deliver pet food to our clients who have dogs or cats. The studies have shown that sometimes our actual Meals on Wheels clients feed their pets with their own meals. So this is a great collaboration with Teresa and the Humane Society, and it's just a wonderful program. Next slide, Jen. And then we have another opportunity. We do senior transportation for our clients. You can see how many miles that our clients have been driven to keep their hair appointments, doctor's appointments, going to the grocery stores. Giving up those car keys is one of the last semblances of independence in somebody's life. So we try to keep that normalcy by driving them to those important appointments, just so they can keep their routines up. Next slide. We also have a caregiver center in the Merritt Square Mall. And in addition to that, a medical equipment bank where you can see we have wheelchairs, walkers, things like that. And it's really a support system for the caregivers and their loved ones. Next, Jim. And our main program for volunteers over the age of 55 is the Retired Senior Volunteer Program that's funded by AmeriCorps for seniors. And you can see we have 678 volunteers and all the time that they donated. All right, Jen, next. So we had 399 volunteers step up and above beyond during our normal volunteers because of the great need. A lot of those volunteers have been furloughed or have been working from home and wanted something to do. And we called these people our vital volunteers because they really filled a gap when we needed it. All right, next. I believe this is a video. No? And now you can see just some of our pictures of our volunteers and different things that they do. It is really, truly an enjoyable thing, and you cannot do a Meals on Wheels route without it tugging at your heartstrings. I've had Jen tag along with me on doing Meals on Wheels routes before, and it's a very heartwarming experience. So with that, what I wanted to impress upon people today is it's not a big commitment. And I've been a part of 3 Meals on Wheels organizations in my 20-some year career. And my first experience with Meals on Wheels was when I came out of college, and where I was working, the office just forever knew that on every Wednesday they took turns to deliver a Meals on Wheels route. And the other organizations that do Meals on Wheels have been a part of, a lot of it is business driven. And here it's 90% volunteers. So what I'm been trying to do is impress upon the business community that it's not a huge commitment, and it's very worthwhile and fulfilling to do a Meals on Wheels route or volunteer in some capacity. So if you're interested, please get in touch with me. This is the video I was thinking of.
While we remain inside, social distancing, isolating ourselves away from people, we are helping protect the ones we love, the ones who are most vulnerable. But not all of us can stay inside. Some have to be on the front lines, responding to older Americans who are most in need, delivering food and basic necessities, making sure the growing list of seniors who feel most alone right now hear a knock at the door and know that they are not. And though we may all feel vulnerable right now, there is so much strength to be found in this moment we're in. The outpouring of courage and support that is helping seniors and showing us all in these uncertain times that humanity is winning. Heroes across every community making a big difference right now. An army of Meals on Wheels volunteers and staff rising to the challenge in difficult times, the same way we've responded for decades in better times. Please remember the millions of homebound seniors who are depending on us. Donate now at mealsonwheelsamerica.org/COVID-19.
Well, thank you, Jen, for the opportunity today. And again, if anybody is interested, let me know.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Josh? Josh, I'm ready to go with you again whenever you want.
Absolutely. I'll take you.
I've been rallied.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh. And Josh, I think it'd be beneficial. It sounded like if anyone wanted to get involved, volunteers is really what you need. So if you could put your email maybe or your contact information in the chat, hopefully a couple people, it's really heartwarming what you all do. And I've been to your facilities and it's amazing how much you do with what you have. So bravo and thank you. All right. So we have another giveaway. Which is a hydrofacial gift certificate from Achieve Beautiful Skin Medi Spa, which is located in Viera. And it also comes with a gel eye mask. And this is actually a $150 value. So the lucky winner that was drawn is Susan McCarthy. Susan, congratulations. If you could please put in the chat that you're here, that would be wonderful. So we're going to continue moving on. And I am a personal beneficiary of this next group. And I have to show you, if you can see Samson there, right next to, he's my second adoption. River was my first. He is very, the last 2 months have been awesome and he is fitting right in. But our next segment sponsor is the Brevard Humane Society. We have the executive director, Teresa, with us here today. And Teresa, I'm going to kick it over to you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. As y'all look through the screens, some of the animals that you see on the screens are actual animals that we had in our shelter. I just thought it would be appropriate to use some of them. I will just disclaimer it with all of them have been adopted, but we have more. So we're focusing on the spirit of volunteerism and are very thankful that our chamber is painfully aware of what a nonprofit goes through, since, as Jen pointed out, the chamber's a nonprofit too. So you want to go to the next slide. Just tell you a little bit about our organization. For those of you that may not know, the Humane Society was founded in 1952 by a circuit court judge, the city of Cocoa mayor, and the movers and shakers at that time, which actually were lumber mills, orange groves, and real estate people. And obviously the Space Center wasn't in existence yet. And our port was just a little sleepy fishing village. So there were less than 80,000 people living in Brevard County, and there were nowhere for the animals to go. And they created what they called Central Brevard Humane Society, putting us between Mims and Palm Bay to take care of all the animals. And obviously we've grown a lot. We have over 600,000 people in Brevard County now. And we dropped our central because it is confusing, and we're just the Brevard Humane Society. And we are a no kill for space facility. And we are dedicated to this day to our same mission, which is to protect those that have no voice. We are their voice and we speak for them. We educate the public about responsible pet ownership and humane treatment of animals. We advocate spaying and neutering to reduce the homeless population. And we even have our Heavenly Paws Chapel. When it's time to say goodbye, they have the right to pass with dignity and respect. So we are focused on our abandoned animals and placing them in responsible, loving, caring homes. And I'm really thrilled today to see some of our partners, because we do partner with Aging Matters. Thank you, Josh, is awesome. And the Central Brevard Sharing Center is also another partner, as well as the Brevard Zoo. And I even do guardian ad litem. So we have lots of fingers out there, and I think nonprofits working together is the best way to go, because you can't work without each other. As far as our volunteer activities at the Brevard Humane Society, we have, this last year has been difficult for everyone. We have a very staunch group. We have over 525 active volunteers that do all kinds of things in our organization. They're between the age of 10 and 94 with an average age of 37. They come from 20 different cities in our county, and we have people that come in from outside of our county that are snowbirds or that live in Orlando or New Smyrna, and when they are in town, they come and help us, which we are very grateful for. And even through the pandemic, our numbers did not waver because we couldn't close. We had to be there for the animals in our care. They don't get put away until we can reopen. So we were on the front line the whole time, still have been. And we've used over 31,977 volunteer hours this last year, which is just incredible. I can't say enough about the volunteers and what they do for the animals, because they have no one. It's kind of sad. We also work actively with our legislative reps and help with getting animals advocacy for better laws to protect them. This is a breakdown of our volunteer areas. If anyone's interested, we have volunteers at our Molly Mutt thrift shops. They're in Merritt Island, Rockledge, Melbourne, Palm Bay. You're welcome to help us. One person's junk really is another person's treasure. And it helps our bottom line, since we get funding from nowhere except for whoever gives us any of the services we offer. We have over 100 individuals that come and go, helping us at our low-cost spay, neuter, and wellness clinic. Some of those people have actually become vet techs, and 2 of them have become veterinarians, which is really super awesome. You can tell I've been there like 17 years because it takes a long time to become a veterinarian, but we were really happy to be able to mentor and help them to get there. We had 112 individuals fostering. If you don't know what a foster is, it's for people who like to have kittens in their house all the time. I can help you with that. Or puppies. We just got like a litter of 6 little golden puppies, are just adorable, that are in somebody's house till they get big enough to be adopted, and then spayed or neuter, and then we adopt them. We also have our Cocoa and Merritt Island Adoption Centers. Our Merritt Island Adoption Center hopefully will be reopening shortly, but we have volunteers that walk dogs and do all kinds of other things there. And then at our offsite events, we have volunteers. They'll be there next Wednesday at the Wednesday Friends Day in Cocoa Village. So you'll see some of them active there. And our Heavenly Paws Chapel and cremation services, we also have volunteers that come out and help us keep the grounds nice for those who come to remember their pets who've passed away. Next slide, please. I just want to throw out some fun facts that I thought were interesting that people don't pay attention to. Only 55% of nonprofits realize the value of their volunteers, which I think is really strange because we all should be loving them. Volunteers are worth on average $24.14 an hour, which saves all of us a lot of money. Volunteerism improves health by strengthening the body, improving mood, and lessening stress in its participants. We've had people come to us who've had family members pass away and they just needed to get a break, and they would come out and walk dogs, which helps them mentally as well. And 92% of human resource executives agreed that contributing to a nonprofit can improve an employee's leadership skills, whether it be that they come out and help on the front line or they're out doing fundraiser events for you, which I think is awesome. That's where our youth actually are really honing their skills. For volunteer opportunities with us, our volunteers carry out a variety of tasks, as I had said. We can always use administrative assistance, adoption assistance, the animal handling, whether it be a cat or dog. They just want somebody to come and pay attention to them, even if you're sitting in a room reading a book to them. Our clinic always can use help, especially right now with everybody staying out in their cars, and we like people to come and greet them. So that's very helpful. Our events and outreach, like I said, you'll see us next Wednesday at the Wednesday Friends Day. And our foster care, we can never have enough volunteers to open their home to keep the small creatures until they get big enough. So we appreciate that. And then the retail assistance at our Molly Mutt thrift shops. Yes, we give discounts. So if you're interested in that, we're also into giving discounts for helping us. Next slide. So other ways that people can help us, aside from donating your time or donating money and or your resources, and resources could be maybe you have a special task, a special thing that you do, maybe you build cabinets or maybe you are into the yard, we could use that. Just like us on social media, promote our events. If you see a flyer, just stick it on your Facebook page. We'd really appreciate the help. Or use our services. If you have a cat or a dog, well, if you don't, we can help you with that. But if you do, use our clinic and come out and get a dog training, or maybe even our bed and biscuit when we get it open. You could have your pet on a staycation while you're on vacation. That'll be opening soon. And then include us in estate planning and plan giving. We do have an attorney on our board who is willing to do a free, simple will. If you don't have a will, you really should, regardless of whatever you do with it. You want to make sure that you have your affairs in order. Suddenly something happens. So it's a good idea. And even if you just leave 1% to the Humane Society, the animals are forever grateful for that. And it really has helped us over the years to get through tough times. So all of these things are just any different ways that you can help the homeless animals in our community. We help about 2,000 animals a year. And unfortunately, there are more that just keep coming. So we appreciate those of you who spay, neuter, and who adopt from us, like Rob, thank you. And for more information on it, if you go to brevardhumanestudy.org/volunteer, you can sign up online and be a part of what we do. Oh, next slide. I guess that's the last one. Yes, so we just say thank you, and thank you to our chamber for being so awesome and putting on stuff like this to help us have a voice out into our business community. We really appreciate it, Jen. Any questions?
I didn't see any questions in there, but I did see someone offering their granddaughter to help volunteer. So it's like you might have a few new volunteers coming your way after this. So thank you for all you do. And that was so informative. And there's so many different ways that people can help. So thank you for that. And thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
So another giveaway. And this giveaway is from the Brevard Humane Society, and it's $25 worth of paw bucks. Love the name, love any animal pun that can be used. And the winner is Patrice Fulton, was drawn. So congrats, Patrice. I hope you're here. Please put in the chat if you're here so that we can get this prize to you. Thanks again, Teresa. We appreciate it. All right, we're going to keep moving along to our next segment sponsor, which is Tony Mazzagatti. I believe I said that right, from Bridges BTC. Are you here?
I am here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. It's all you.
All right. I apologize, everybody. A little bit of video technical problems. I am here to represent Bridges with another one of our executives, Melissa Wilbrandt. She is the director of our operations. I am the director of finance. We want to thank Jen and Darlene and the Cocoa Chamber of Commerce to allow us to be a part of this event with, the prestigious sponsors that you guys have here. We really feel blessed about that. Our video pretty much explains what we do in the disabled community to help the disabled community. So I'm not really going to talk too much about Bridges. If you watch the video, it pretty much will tell you exactly what we do and some of the programs that we have and how we help the community and how the volunteers will help us greatly. Melissa, do you have anything that you want to add to this?
No, just as you had just mentioned, not only do we need volunteers and donations, we also are out there volunteering and donating our time as well. It was funny, in the very first video, the 321 Millennials beach cleanup, a lot of our guys were out there, so our recycle program participated in that. And then as Ken Parks had mentioned, he used to volunteer his time with us to do cooking once a month. So Ken, get ready to come back because we're opening up our volunteerism starting May 3rd. So anybody who is able and willing to participate with us, volunteer their time. It could be anything from pressure washing the side of the building to offering your time to work with our ADT program. Our seniors offer some time at the group homes just to sit there and read with them, take them for a walk. We appreciate anything that you can do for us. And again, we give back as well. So it's a really good effort between the communities.
Thank you, Melissa. And I also want to add just one quick little thing to that. We could not be where we are today without the great staff that we have. Also, our volunteers. One other thing I do want to remind everybody, I don't know if everybody knows, but we do have a fingerprinting program that we use. It's a live scan fingerprinting. So if anybody needs any fingerprinting, certainly send us our way and we'll take care of you. So go ahead, Jen, you could let us run. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Melissa.
Well, that was cool. Tony, Melissa, is there any last thing you want to add? We really appreciate you joining us today and all that awesome information.
I know I'm good. I just, like I said, as you saw, we do also take care of our veterans. Bridges offers a lot of programs, and like every other nonprofit organization, we struggle with, we struggle with trying to keep all these programs in effect, with the least amount of funding that we get through the government. So any help that the community could provide, we would appreciate the assistance. Melissa?
That's exactly what I was going to say. And just like Teresa had mentioned, to get the word out there and to remember Bridges and your trustees, your estates, your wills, that's always a benefactor to us as well.
Awesome. Thank you both so much. And we're going to keep on keeping on. I know it's 1 o'clock, so thank you everyone for sticking with us around the Space Coast in 60-ish minutes. But we do have 2 more giveaways. They're both gift cards to Coasters Tap House. They're both worth $10. And the winners that were drawn were Jill Whittemore and Karen Mann. So congratulations, and please put your info in the chat so we can get those to you. So we're going to go right to our next segment sponsor, which is Down Syndrome Association of Brevard. And here with us is Craig. Craig, over to you.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be a sponsor of this event. We hope that you enjoy our video we made. And if you have any questions, I'll stick around after the video. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us today for our portion of Around the Space Coast in 60 minutes. We are the Down Syndrome Association of Brevard. My name is Craig Lewis. I'm the executive director of the DSAB. That's significant. I'll tell you why in just a few minutes. Obviously, it's significant to me. I love this organization. I'm so excited to share with you today all about our history, our mission, and then ways that you can plug into this beautiful community that we serve. Real quick, before we get started, I want you to think of what you know about Down syndrome. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to try to jot down something you might know or think of it in your head. Maybe think about any facts you might know about life expectancy or birth rate percentages, or perhaps anyone that you might know with Down syndrome. Okay, I'm going to let you finish in 3 and 2. All right. Did you know that Down syndrome is actually named after John Langdon Down? This is the physician who first identified those group of characteristics. Notice that at the top, Down syndrome is actually written with a lowercase s. That is in the U.S. grammar. In other parts of the world, that's different. But here in the U.S., we write it down capital D, no apostrophe S. It is not Down's syndrome here, and that's with a capital S. Also, while the chances of having a baby with Down syndrome do increase with maternal age, the majority of babies, over 85% of babies born with Down syndrome, are actually born to mothers under the age of 35, kind of debunking that myth that most of us think with that older maternal age. Also, Down syndrome is the most commonly occurring chromosomal condition. 1 in every 691 babies is born with Down syndrome. That's 6,000 a year. Also note that is going to siphon on down to about 5 to 7 babies born in Brevard County alone each year with Down syndrome. In fact, this year already, we have had 3 prenatal diagnoses of Down syndrome. The 3 types of Down syndrome are trisomy, which is the most common, mosaic, and translocation. Also, for individuals with Down syndrome, we use people first language. That meaning that it would be a person with Down syndrome, a student with Down syndrome, not a Downs student or a Down syndrome student. Also, it is an employee with Down syndrome. So then that's what you maybe are learning today about Down syndrome, but what do you maybe know about the Down Syndrome Association of Brevard? Again, I'm going to give you just a little bit of time to write it down. Do you know anything about our history? Maybe you've been to an event before. Maybe you have a friend who is on a committee or the board. I'm going to let you finish writing in 3, in 2, in 1. The Down Syndrome Association of Brevard was formed almost 20 years ago, formerly known as FEDS. FEDS meaning Families Exploring Down Syndrome. About almost 3 years ago, they changed their name to the Down Syndrome Association of Brevard, DSAB, as we refer to them. And they've been volunteer-led for the past 20 years, up until March of this year. In March, I was hired as the first executive director and the first employee of the Down Syndrome Association of Brevard. We're still very volunteer-led and volunteer-powered. And that's something we're excited to talk to you about today, about how you might join with us on our mission. Our mission is exactly that, to help respect, include, support, and educate our communities in ways that they can support and include those, both individuals and families of individuals with Down syndrome. We have a vision of a community that does exactly that and helps those individuals to rise. So then we are excited to tell you that throughout this past year, like many organizations, especially nonprofits, we've had to pivot and move to almost a complete online virtual presence. Throughout the pandemic, we were able to provide emergency relief funds to families that needed help, covering not only basic bills, but also legal financial services as well. We were able, in this past year, throughout 2021, DSAB was able to offer, through virtual programming, some in-person programming at the beginning of the year, and others, classes and different things. We were able to serve 467 parents directly in Brevard County. More so, we were able to provide over $30,000 of financial support to families and individuals with Down syndrome directly in Brevard County. We are asking you today to help us rise. Help us rise as an organization, and help us to continue helping individuals and their families with Down syndrome to rise in Brevard County. So how might you do that? I'm sure that you have some ideas. I can't wait to hear those, but here are a couple that we have for you. First, we are already scheduling all of our webinars and our presentations throughout the rest of the year and moving into the spring. Do you have an expertise or skill? Does your small business offer maybe a medical expertise, financial, legal, any type of expertise that would benefit our families or individuals? We would love to talk with you about how to offer an opportunity for you to speak in front of and help to educate our community. We would love to get you and your service in front of our community. Also, we would love to have you on board helping to support our community. If you're looking for a place to give back, we would love to have you on a committee. We need people with expertise in financial policy, people with expertise in marketing, branding. We're also looking for people that are interested in helping to shape the future vision of our organization. We're looking to fill out our board. Our board currently has 8 members, and we're hoping to get that to 11 by the end of this year. We would love to talk with you about how you could help fill out those spots. Additionally, we are also having fundraisers, incentives, and prizes that we need, and we could use your support. Does your business have a service that we could use as a prize? Does your business have a product or something that we could use as an item for an online or a silent auction at a fundraiser or an event? Also, if you would like to make a donation, there are definitely ways to do that through our website as well. Our biggest event of the year, every year, this year will be our 19th annual Buddy Walk. We are so excited for this Buddy Walk to move back to in person this year. We are looking to have an event that's going to have over 1,000 participants. This year, we're shooting for 1,200, our biggest walk yet. And last year, we raised over $50,000. So this year, we're hoping to top that as well. Could you and your organization be a sponsor for the event? This year, we're going to need extra help providing services like portalets and staging, bounce houses. So not just an in-kind donation, but could you help us by being a vendor at that event as well? Finally, could your organization, your church, your friend group, maybe your cul-de-sac, your HOA, form a walk team? That Buddy Walk we use to raise awareness for individuals and families with Down syndrome. And that is our biggest event of the year, where we as a community come together and provide a 1 mile walk where we are raising support, both financial and awareness. And we would love for you to join and partner with us in any of these things. If you have questions or if you are able to help with any of those things, I would love to hear from you. The phone number there listed is to the office. Of course, like most people, I'm constantly on Zooms and running around. So the best way to get a response is through that email there, director@dsabrevard.org. I would love to hear from you, and I would love to answer any questions you may have. Also, I know that we're talking specifically about volunteering today, but I want to know too that perhaps you didn't know that we existed as an association. If you have a loved one or a family member in your family with Down syndrome and you need support or assistance, please reach out as well. Use that phone number or that email, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. I have loved sharing our association with you today, and I hope that you are just as excited about the work being done in your community for individuals with Down syndrome and their families. Again, I would love to hear from you. My name is Craig. Again, I have loved this. Thank you so much, and y'all have a good day.
That was awesome. Thank you, Craig. And I have to admit, this has been, Jen, this has been my favorite version of Around the Space Coast so far. I don't know if anyone else is inspired and feels like they need to do a little bit more with their time. I'm totally on board with that. And is there anything you wanted to leave us with, Craig? That was an awesome video.
I think that pretty much summed it up. I think Therese said earlier,
I mean, we are always happy to partner with any organization, other nonprofits whatsoever. So I'm so excited to be a member of this chamber and what this chamber affords us. And I'm grateful for today. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them in the chat or through that email. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Craig. All right, we're going to keep on keeping on. We have another giveaway, which is awesome. This one is a gift basket from Jet Ski and Boat Rentals of Cocoa Beach. It includes quite a bit. So 2 single kayak rentals for 2 hours, 2 pairs of cool sunglasses, a hat, a visor. They'll have to fight over who gets what. Eyewear accessories, and a waterproof tablet pouch. And we did the giveaway, and it goes to Lori Widzgowski. I hope I said that right. Congratulations, Lori. Please put your info in the chat so that we can get that to you. All right, we are on. Thank you, everyone, for your patience with us today and for sticking around with us. We are on to our final segment sponsor, which is Friends of Children of Brevard and the Guardian Ad Litem program. So Dave Smith and Cynthia Reichard, who am I going to?
Okay, I'm first.
Hey, Dave.
How is everybody today? My name is Dave Smith, and I'm president of Friends of Children of Brevard. Our organization was founded in 1985 by 3 women that were very forward-looking, and our mission is to financially assist abused and neglected children in Brevard County, and to support a program that advocates for these children. The Guardian Ad Litem program is an important program that provides volunteer advocates for those abused children. Cynthia Rickard, who's going to follow me, will be providing you with an overview of the organization. Friends is comprised of 10 board members and 16 associate members. And then we have a list of volunteers which will help us with special projects. Our group supports children who have been removed from their home due to abuse, abandonment, and neglect. As a nonprofit 501(c)(3), Friends funds clothing, beds, computers, diapers, school supplies, luggage, holiday gifts, duffel bags, and other items not provided by government agencies. We also provide these children with basic opportunities such as summer camps, swimming lessons, and access to normal childhood activities. We have provided registration fees for sports camps, dance camps, band, and when a child has a gift that we see, we want to encourage that gift, so we provide sponsorship for that. We have provided school clothing for low-income schools where there's a uniform dress code required, and we don't want the child to be centered out, so it's important that they look like all the other children. We have financially supported field trips and paid for airline tickets to have children sent to another state for final adoption. So as many of these activities have been placed on hold due to COVID, these children have suffered a lack of social interaction. And we hope that in 2021, many of these opportunities for these children will take place again. These basic needs that we provide are provided through requests from the guardians, and you hear about the guardians when Cynthia talks about. These are guardians that are responsible for representing these children in court and looking after their needs. So in 2020, we provided 322 items to these children, and with a value of $33,200. This was an increase of 55% in items and 33% in value over 2019. So you can see the impact that COVID has had on these families. I thought I would highlight some of the special projects that we completed in 2020. In 2019, we came up with a concept called the Birthday Club, where every child is given a $25 gift card, and recently we just upped that to $50 for children over 13. Many of these children have never had a birthday party. They don't receive many gifts, and so the card goes to the guardian, and the guardian can buy them a gift. They can take them out for a meal. They can buy them a cake. They can, when it opens up again, they could take them to a movie. And during 2020, we provided 526 birthday cards with a value of $13,150. So we're especially proud of that. Every fall, we have what's called a holiday project, where we put angel cards on trees throughout, Christmas trees throughout Brevard. And on these cards are an age and the type of child, like the boy is 10 years old, and the gifts that they would like. And people come and pick these cards off the tree, and they provide these items to various drop sites throughout the county. And we then bring them in, and they're sorted and collected in a location in Vieira and delivered to these children by the guardians. In 2020, we fulfilled 825 children's wishes, equating to approximately 3,300 gifts. And in a lot of cases, you know, we are the Christmas for these children. So we're very proud of that. Some special projects we did in 2020, we held a diaper drive and provided more than 600 packages of diapers to younger families. We provided 175 backpacks filled with school supplies to children returning to both in-person and virtual school. Also during the summer, we provided 120 bridge books, up from 50 in 2019, providing reading and activities for children that are stuck at the house. These were most welcomed by mothers who were about at the end of the road having children home for 4 or 5 months and gave them something to do. We recently shared with guardians a comprehensive list of 34 summer camps. We will be sharing these with families over the next 2 weeks, and the guardians can then speak to each of these families, and if their need, we will pay for the registration for these children to go to summer camps. In closing, we're especially proud to have been named the 2019 statewide Guardian Ad Litem Nonprofit of the Year. I would like to thank you for the opportunity to discuss the things that we're doing for children in Brevard. If you have an interest in joining our group or contributing to our organization, please visit our website at friendsofchildrenofbrevard.org. Thank you. And I'll now turn it over to Cynthia.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Cynthia Rickard, and I am the volunteer recruiter for the Guardian Ad Litem program. And up on the screen, you will find my information if anybody wants to reach out to me and is interested in getting involved as a volunteer after you learn about us. So what is the Guardian Ad Litem program for those of you who do not know what we do? We are a program, as Dave said, that advocates for children that have been abused, abandoned, or neglected. When it's been deemed by a court that this child can no longer remain safe in their home, they are removed and a court case begins. They'll either be placed with a relative caregiver, such as a grandparent, a non-relative caregiver that may be the mother's best friend, and when no one else is available, they go into foster care. We are appointed by a judge, and this is where our mission statement that states, "I am for the child, it takes life." It takes life during this dependency case where we now look for volunteers that are going to advocate for our kids for their best interests. They're going to become their voice. Now, how do we become their voice? Well, we are going to get to know our child very, very well throughout the process of the case. We're going to know what they like, what they don't like. We'll find out how they're doing in school. Maybe they need a tutor. If they came into dependency court with medication, we want to make sure that we continue to provide them with that medication so they can do well. We will observe family visitations. If they're siblings and they weren't able to go into the same home, we want to make sure that they're still able to see each other, as well as provide them with normal activities like Dave was talking about with friends, maybe summer camp, and Friends provides the funds for that. So as you can see, we really just get to know our child very well, and then we take all of this information that we've learned about our child and we put it into a report and submit it to the judge, and we make recommendations for their best interest. If you're thinking right now, okay, Cynthia, I like what you're saying, but I really don't know very much about child welfare. All it takes really is an open heart and an open mind. You must be 21, but if you are interested, we will provide you with the tools that will empower you to be the best advocate possible for your child. And we do that with a 30-hour training where you're going to learn what it means to be abused, abandoned, or neglected. You're going to learn about child welfare. You're also going to learn how to write a report for the court and so much more. As far as the expectations of a volunteer, you only need to meet with your child at a minimum once a month. The time duration is anywhere from 10 to 15 hours. You will attend court typically once every 3 months, submit a report, and the length of the case is between 15 to 18 months. Right now in Brevard County, we have 920 children that are in the child welfare system. And sadly enough, we have 227 without a guardian right now. So if anyone is being led to want to come on board and be a volunteer, all you need to do is fill out an application. You would have an interview with me. We would do a level 2 background check on you. We provide that 30-hour training that you need to complete. And once you finish that, we pair you with a child advocate manager that's going to be there for you for any questions. They're your sounding board. And you're also paired with an attorney for any legal issues that may arise. And just know that during your walk with our program, you are never alone. You will always have someone to work with. In closing, I would just say that our program, what I love about it is that everybody benefits. You have now a child who has someone who's going to advocate for them. You have a volunteer who feels good about helping a child, right? Because you're doing it not because you have to, but because you want to. And lastly, we are building up our community as we work with these children and strengthen these families, because these families are in Brevard County and many of them are here in Cocoa. Lastly, I would just say if many of you have businesses and timing for you is an issue and you can't get involved, we do have brochures that we have in acrylic stands. And if anyone would love to partner with us, just reach out to me. I put my information in the contact in the chat box, and I would love to just drop that off because that's a way to partner with us to get the word out as to what we do. So thank you so much for your time and letting me tell you a little bit about a program that I love. Thank you.
Cynthia and Dave, that was awesome and such a great way to end out the program today. As our final segment sponsor, I have a few friends that have worked for the program. So I know personally what an amazing job you all do, and that need is incredible. So if anyone is able to help them, please reach out. So after our final segment sponsor, we have a final giveaway, which is 2 admission tickets to the Brevard Zoo right around the corner. And we drew a winner, and those go to Miss Deborah Foley. So congratulations, Deborah. We'll get those to you. Again, this has been one of my favorites. I've learned so much, and it has inspired me. There's so many needs in our community, and it's such an incredible community. So please join me. I'm going to get out there and help in any way that I can. So Jen, thank you for having me do this again. This was an honor, but back to you.
Honor's all mine. Thank you so much. And thank you very much to everyone you see on the screen for your sponsorship and your participation today. I think we can speak for all of us that we really learned something about our nonprofits in Brevard County and the need that's out there. So thank you to everyone that stuck it out with us to the end. I would like to put in a quick plug for our next Around the Space Coast in 60 Minutes, which is Women in Business. And this is because May is Women's History Month. And so we're going to have people focused on working moms, moms in general, women in business, and all topics that touch that. So please join us on May 21st at noon for our next event. And we hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much.